Let's talk about this Russian guy who has gone viral in Africa because he showed how easy it was for him to sleep with Ghanaian and Kenyan women. Now, this Russian guy, his name is Yatslava or something like that. So what a lot of people are saying online is that these women are cheap. Now, before I continue, I want to say him illegally recording these women while he and these women were engaging in sexual activities, that's heinous, that's messed up, that's wrong. But because Russia does not have extradition laws with other countries, meaning they won't extradite him, they won't send him to Ghana or to Kenya to be prosecuted. He's not going to be prosecuted in Ghana or Kenya. If he is going to be prosecuted, it's going to be in Russia. So yeah, what he did was wrong, but him meeting women and making these women well aware of his actions, which was, I want you to come back to my place and have sex with me, there's nothing wrong about that. Those women were greedy and they set their standards way too low. And why they set those standards so low? Because he was a white man. All these women could have saved themselves humiliation and even a lifelong hardship of medical treatment, because it's alleged that he gave some of them HIV, or he had his HIV and he gave some of them HIV. I don't know how true that is, but could have saved them a lot of money for because now you have to buy antivirals. Now, all these black women that he got in both Ghana and Kenya, as I said, they could have saved themselves a lot of humiliation and a lot of heartache had they set the same high standards that they have for black men. Because let's be real, black women set very high standards for black men. And it's not just in America or the UK or France or Canada or Australia. It's in Africa too. Even back home in Africa, the men have to be 6 foot. The men have to be rich. The men have to have their own place. They have to have a nice car. They have to have a really good job. Even though your average African man does not have his own place or a car or or even a job for that matter. A lot of them, they have their own small businesses. So had these women set these same ridiculous high standards that they have for black men for this Russian guy, you would have virtually no women being humiliated online, because they would have been like, no, I'm not going out with you. He didn't offer them anything. He didn't offer them money. He didn't offer them a date. He didn't offer them nothing. He said, hi, I'm Russian. You look good. I don't speak English. You come back to my place. That's what he said. And they agreed. No, I have WhatsApp. That's what he said. I have WhatsApp. You put in my phone. Okay, now we go back to my place. Maybe 7 p.m. you come to my place. That's what he said. And he got these women. And let's not forget, none of these women bothered to ask him of his status or said, hey, yo, before we do this, let's go to the clinic real quick. We can get tested. Or better yet, let's go to whatever, the pharmacy. We can get some HIV kits. We can test ourselves. None of them said that. None of them said that. HIV, for those who don't know, HIV, no cure. Herpes, no cure. Those two, if you get them, you got them for life. Until, for the time being. We're in the year 2026. If you get HIV or herpes, you got them for life, for right now. Maybe 2027, there could be a cure or breakthrough. I don't know. But as of right now in 2026, there is no cure for those two diseases, HIV and herpes. No cure. We're not talking about gonorrhea or syphilis. We're talking about HIV and herpes. There is no cure. So these women could at least had the decency to be like, yo, let's go get checked before we do this. Because as it turns out, some of these women had husbands, some of these women had boyfriends. And now they could possibly infect their boyfriends or their husbands. You know, there was one woman who was approached with her kids. As she was walking out the grocery store, the Russian dude approached her with her kid and was like, yo, come back to my place. Give me your number. Come back to my place. She took those kids home real quick, came back to his place. You know, that's crazy. You know, not only is that child negligence, but, you know, that's, you know, again, setting your standards very low, you know. Now, some women did refuse his advances, which I applaud him. Which I applaud them for. One of those women being this Ghanaian woman who drove a Ferrari, and people online are saying that she denied him because she was well off. She wasn't poor. You know, she denied him because she had standards. She had high standards, and she wasn't gonna take, you know, this, like, he wasn't even attractive. He was out of shape, unattractive, dusty. Like, the clothes he was wearing weren't even nice, and he didn't offer no flowers, no date, nothing. So she you can even tell when she was looking at him, she was like, he's not my type. Like, why am I gonna go for this?
Where are you from? Hello.
Oh, I'm from New York, but she's from
New York?
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You live here?
Yeah, I live here in Ghana.
I need Marina Mall. I want to find boat driver.
Boat. Okay.
But busy.
You want me to order for you? Try Uber too.
Let's go to Marina Mall.
You want to order to Marina Mall?
Yes. Okay, I would like to see you in the evening.
What?
In the
Is that your
evening.
wife?
In the evening.
That's your wife.
No, I'm alone.
You want to see me in the evening?
Yes.
Why?
I'd like to know you better. I like how you look. You look great.
Kumba.
Text my number. I have Russian
No.
number.
No.
Why? Are you married?
No, I'm not married, but no.
Not. Okay.
Let me check it and then.
One moment. Text me in WhatsApp.
And this notion that all the women went after him because they were poor it's actually very insulting, because there were actually women who, other than the woman who was driving that Ferrari, who also denied him. There were two girls who were like, no. Like, he was at the front of the mall trying to talk to them, trying to get their numbers. He even stuck his fake business card in one of their hands, and she was just looking at him. They were not driving luxury cars, no Ferrari, no BMW, nothing. They were just regular girls, and they were like, no, we don't want you. Like, we know what you're after, and we're not about that. And like I keep saying, it's about standards. People keep acting like, you know, these women were forced or compelled to leave their homes and come to this guy's place. You know, there was one woman who said that she was a real estate agent. I'm not a real estate agent, but I've never seen a real estate agent come to somebody's house who they just met within hours. Keep in mind, this guy met these women same day, and within the same day, they were already at his place. So he met them, as we can see, as we saw in the videos, during the day, probably some in the morning, but within maybe, give or take, 5-7 hours, they were already at his place. Now, for a real estate agent, what she said was, I came to his place because I wanted to broker a potential deal with him. Like, I thought he was interested in buying a property, so I want to broker that, which made no sense. You call him on the phone, ask for his details. You guys can FaceTime. You guys can get. It's not like they were going to see a property. They weren't going to see any property. In fact, he said, "Come to my place." She's the real estate agent. What did she go into his place for? It wasn't, and it's not even like he owns it. It was either a hotel room or Airbnb. So why did she go into his place? She went to his place because she wanted to have some fun. And now she's saying, "Oh no, I didn't do anything." No, you did something. even if you did nothing, you went to his place, which is something. You shouldn't have never went to his place. And not, like I said, not once did he say to any of these women, I will give you money. He did not say that. So how could everyone conclude that they came to his place for money if he wasn't offering money? When he approached all these women, he had the same, like pretty much the same 4 lines. Hi, my name is Yadislav. I Russian. I don't speak good English. What's up? Come to my place. There was even one girl that was working at the Levi's store. He came to her while she was working. That means she has a job. I'm not saying it pays her a lot, but she has a job. And he got her to do a whole twirl and twist, and he was looking at her butt and everything. And she came to his place. So, you know, and another thing that is actually very insulting is you have a lot of women online using a racist trope, which is Africans are poor. Africans are uneducated. Because what I'm hearing is, oh, they went to his place because they didn't know any better because they're all from the village. So you say you can't get a quality education in the village? Yes, you can. You can get villages have schools. You can get a quality education in a gym where they teach you about biology and health, or family planning as they call it back home. But you can get a quality education. So this racist trope, oh, they're village girls. I remember I heard one girl say, oh, they just came from the village. A lot of these girls just come from the village, so they don't know any better. These grown-up girls who are in their 20s, they don't know about HIV. They don't know about STDs, STIs. I'm not saying they're a medical doctor, but they know these things. Everyone knows these things. They're not teenagers. Even teenagers know these things. Sure, they don't use protection, but they know they exist. So it's it's very sad. You're hearing a lot of African women saying, "Yeah, they came from the village. They don't know any better. Oh, they just wanted money. He tricked them. He didn't trick them. He told them exactly what he wanted to do. There is no come back to my place doesn't mean anything else besides come back to my place. That's what it means. Come back to my place. If a man tells a woman, come back to my place, or vice versa. If a woman says to a man, hey, come back to my place, they're not trying to play Scrabble or Monopoly, okay? Not trying to play, watch a movie or play video games. Especially if you don't know them, if you guys have no kind of rapport, no kind of relationship. You meet somebody and you just meet them and you're like, yo, come back to my place. That can only mean one thing, and they all knew what it meant. The issue is that black people, we need to stop putting white people on a pedestal. And it's not just the women, it's the men too. Look at Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp put that little OnlyFans model on a pedestal, and now she is worth $23 million, give or take. There is a Ghanaian American doctor named Charlene, or Dr. Charlene, and she's a cardiologist. Now, cardiologists are some of the highest paid doctors in America. Not only is she a cardiologist, she's also an award-winning author. She has books, and these books, I think they won some nice awards. So this woman's probably a millionaire. But even with all those accomplishments, it's not enough for her. So what did she do? She did what many black women do who believe that they've reached the pinnacle of their careers or life. She found herself a white man. Now here's the crazy part. She claims in many of her TikToks, she don't like white men. She's not attracted to them. She likes Latinos and blacks. That's what she said. I'm not attracted to white men. I don't find them attractive at all. They're ugly. So not only are they not attractive, not only is she not attractive to white men, this guy that she ended up marrying is also not a medical doctor, nor is he an author like her. And he definitely doesn't make the kind of money that she makes as a cardiologist. Now, cardiologists make about $500,000, and that's like once you're done with fellowship. you're probably making somewhere around $500,000, maybe 600,000. So if you're a cardiologist for a good, I would say 10 years, I don't think she's been for 10 years, but 10 years easily you can make $1 million. But because of her occupation as a cardiologist, and also, the revenue she is making from these books, because they're very popular books, she's probably a millionaire. So why is that you married a guy who doesn't even come close to your accomplishments or the wealth that you have? Again, because she lowered her standards. Even though this white guy, she mentioned while they were dating, there was a lot of red flags, but she disregarded those red flags and went through with the wedding. Turns out this white guy was not only mentally abusive, but also physically abusive towards her. Look at the Danish deception. That Nigerian girl. What happened? She saw a white man. She called him a GQ model, which he was not, nowhere close. And he ended up scamming her out of almost $500,000. Well, her and her family members and her friends, because she set her standards too low. Stop setting your standards so low and you won't get tricked all the time. That's what's happening here. From these girls or these women in Ghana and Kenya to all the way to this Ghanaian American doctor. Set her standards low, and they got scammed. They got abused. They got tricked. Stop setting your standards so low. People need to stop falling for, black people need to stop falling for the same trap. But let me know what you think about this episode. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content, and feel free to reach out if you have any ideas that y'all want to share with me. I can be reached at ispeakafrican12@gmail.com, and these same episodes can be downloaded on Spotify. Stay blessed.